chance for the Celtics to win the Eastern Conference Championship on the road as they did 2 years ago. Jaylen stops on a dime, dribbles to the middle of the floor, jump pass into the corner, Derek White for three, got it! Derek White from the right corner has given Boston a 105-102 lead, and they said the season was a failure if they didn't reach the finals. Game 1 is in Boston on June the 6th.
Celtics come up clutch again, sweeping the Pacers to reach the NBA Finals thanks to some late heroics from Jaylen Brown. The Celtics have advanced to the NBA Finals for the second time in 3 years. Brown, who finished with 29 points, had a block on Andrew Nembhard and then hit Derek White for the game-winning three-pointer inside the final minute. Brown named MVP and talked about it post-game.
I wasn't expecting it at all. You know, I'll never win. So I was just happy that we won and give credit to Indiana. You know, they played us tough. I know, like, people think that Indiana wasn't a good team or whatever the case may be. I mean, I thought they were as tough as anybody we played all season. They were physical. They were fast. They put a lot of pressure on us. So shout out to them and respect to them.
It's special, right? Even though we've been there before, most of us have, you don't take it for granted, right? We were excited. It's a hell of a team we just played. They made us earn every single game, and we're extremely grateful to, move on to the finals.
All right, UD, you're up first. Who needs to be the best player for Boston to finally win it and go all the way? Is it Tatum or Brown?
Do I have to pick?
You got to pick. First take.
It's apples and oranges,
man.
Take. I mean, those guys play so well together.
UD.
I mean, Jaylen Brown to me is a great player, but Tatum is always going to be the best player on the Boston Celtics, and I think Tatum needs to always strive and push to be the best player for the Boston Celtics. I think. If he's the Boston Celtics' best player, then I think they definitely have a better chance of winning. But I hate putting them two against each other because they play so well off each other. Yeah. And they also have opportunities where Derek White on any particular night can be your best player. They have that luxury that a lot of NBA teams don't have. So I don't want to just put all this on Tatum and Brown. Drew Holiday can be your best player in any given night in a series. So if I have to pick, I'm going to go Jayson Tatum, but Jaylen Brown's right there. It's a close second, and he can win games for you as well.
Okay. Jay?
I agree with you, UD. I said that I felt Jayson Tatum was their best player, but I felt Jaylen Brown had played the best in the playoffs, and he was rightly rewarded by winning the Larry Bird Trophy for the Eastern Conference MVP. And I still remain that. He's been the most consistent player. He hasn't had these peaks and valleys. He's been very efficient. He's shooting almost 55% from the floor, and he made big shots because without that shot that he made in Game 1 to send it to overtime, we might be having a different discussion right now. So I thought he's played the best throughout the playoffs. If you go back and look at the first round, the second round, and the third round, I thought Jaylen Brown has played the best of those two, although I still believe Jayson Tatum is the better of the two players. With that being said, I think it's Jayson Tatum. I think he's going to have to redeem himself for what he put on display when they played last finals, when they played the Golden State Warriors. He was not even close to being himself. So I agree with UD. I think Jayson Tatum is the most important.
Look, can Jaylen Brown be the best player for the Celtics to win the title? I believe that he can. But look, Jayson Tatum is the one that sat down with Malika Andrews before the season started, and he was the one that said, I can't wait for this moment, and every single time that I'm on the floor, I feel like I'm the best player on the floor. Okay, well, damn it, here it is. The stage is set, and guess what? Now you're most likely going to be going against another young, up-and-coming superstar who feel the exact same way, and I'm talking about Luka. He feel the exact same way. So now when you look at this duo, even if you look – okay, let me answer the question first. I feel like Jayson Tatum, this is his year to be the best player on the Celtics to lead them to winning the title. Let me say this. A lot of credit to the Boston Celtics, the front office, because every single season since Jayson Tatum has been drafted in this organization, they have done everything in their power every year to make sure he have the necessary pieces to go out there and win the NBA championship. Okay? Now, getting back to the duo. Oh, they're going to have to show up and show out. I know they have Derek White. I know they have Drew Holiday. But, damn it, this is about to be the battle of the duos. Especially them going against Luka and Kyrie. Look at all the storylines that's about to come up. Kyrie Irving going back to Boston, and my advice to the Boston fans is to chill out. Chill out. Do not poke that bear. Do not poke that bear because you guys are not the one that got to go out there and play against them. I understand the booing, but don't take it over the line. Okay, when you look at Luka, see what people not talking about. Luka, it's a beef right there. Remember, he had Kristaps Porzingis as his number 2. That didn't work out. So you're playing against a team that if Kristaps Porzingis does come back, now all of a sudden you can't allow Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown to win with your throwaways that you couldn't get it done with Kristaps Porzingis. That's another storyline. At the end of the day, this is all about Jayson Tatum. This is the guy we've been seeing on the commercials. This is the guy that we've been putting in the conversation with all the other elite players around the league. Jaylen Brown hasn't been getting the recognition. Jayson Tatum been getting the recognition. Damn it, it's his time.
All right, with that being said, Shannon, who's the most important Celtic?
Holiday, because he got his work cut out. He's going to have to deal with Luka. And this is because here's a guy that can shoot the 3. He can get by you. He has a big body, so Holiday can't body him up like he does, like you see him here doing T.J. McConnell, like he did Nembhard, like he did Tyrese Halliburton. Nah, Luka got a big body. Luka can play through Holiday. He's going to have to keep him under control. And when I mean under control, he's going to probably get 25, but you can't let him go get 35 and 13.
Man, for me, it's a list here because their best player is always going to be Jayson Tatum. Once again, we've already established that. But if you look at the history of these playoffs, Derek White was the best player in the first series against the Miami Heat. Completely just killed us. Wide open shots, getting over, getting under, getting through, pick and rolls, taking us out of our offense. Now you talk about going into the second series against Cleveland. Like you said, Shannon, it was Jaylen Brown who was the best player on both ends of the basketball court. But now you get into this series, in the last 2 games, Jayson Tatum has been phenomenal. So they have these luxury of so many different guys that can be the most important player. But if I'm going to pick one, I'm going to pick Derek White. I'm going to pick Derek White because we know what Luka's going to do. No matter what Drew Holiday does, it's going to be similar to that year when he had to guard Jimmy. When you got those guys who are him, those Himothy's, they're going to get their numbers no matter what you do. So Luka's going to get his numbers no matter what you do. But you got to stop one of those guys. And Kyrie has got to be the guy you got to try to minimize, stop, or whatever you can do. Derek White is one of the toughest pick-and-roll defenders in the league. Trust me, I promise you, they would not pick and roll Derek White to death the way they are doing in this series, in the last series. He's going to get over, he's going to get under, he's going to get through. He's going to contest all those left-handed floaters for Kyrie, the right-handed floaters. He's not going to take the switch. You're going to try to run to get Jayson Tatum on him and try to switch. He's not going to take the switch. So if I got to pick a guy in this series, I'm going to go with an X-factor guy. I'm going to go with Derek White, a guy who doesn't have any plays run for him. But he's going to look up in the stat sheet. He's going to be 7 for 9, 3 for 4 from 3, and then he's going to have 10 deflections, 5 steals, a couple rebounds. He's just going to affect the game in so many different ways. And those are things you can't scheme for. Those are things that you don't look for in the stat sheet or when you're watching film. You're going to scheme for Tatum. You're going to scheme for Brown. You're not going to scheme for those miscellaneous points that you're going to get with Derek White.
Perk, before you go, you said Holiday on Jimmy. What did Jimmy do to Holiday? That's why y'all moved on, because Holiday couldn't do anything with him. If he can't do anything with Luka like that, they not beating the Mavs. Take off, Perk.
The most important player on the Celtics, the most important player in this series is going to be Kristaps Porzingis. That's who's going to be the most. Because he's going to be the deciding factor on whether or not the Celtics are going to hang banner number 18 or Kyrie and Luka are going to be NBA champions. When you talk about Kristaps Porzingis, look, he's been phenomenal on both ends of the floor. Offensively, taking advantage of mismatches, being one of the best, if not the best post-up guy in the league. I thought he done an exceptional job of being able to switch 1 through 5s, protecting the basket. You're going to need his size, his athleticism against Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford. You're going to need his versatility on the other end, because the one thing a lot of people is not giving Dallas a lot of credit for, since after the All-Star break when they made that trade, They were the #1 defensive team in the league, right? When you look at what they're doing, they load up boxes and elbows. You need Kristaps Porzingis. I'm not saying Al Horford can't get it done, but Kristaps Porzingis is just a different animal when he's locked in. He's going to be the most important player in this series because he's going to be the deciding factor on whether or not the Celtics is going to hang banner number 18.
Well, what Porzingis allows him to do, Perk, is that he allows JB and JT to unlock their full potential because he spaces the floor because of all the things that you mentioned, because he can shoot the three, he can put the ball on the floor, and he posts, although he doesn't, that's not what he really cares to do. But I love Lively, and he can come back. We're going to be interested to see, but he should be fine by the time they play. If they go in sweep, they're not, the finals don't start till a week from Thursday. So that's June 6th, something like that. So he should be fully recovered. But man, Perk, we've seen Luka against the Clippers. Go get us 45, 15, and 12. You're not beating him if you let him go haywire.
And I'm going to tell you this. You think they put Gobert in pick and roll every time. Watch how many pick and rolls they put Porzingis in.
They going to do the same.
Might change what you said, Perk, after game 2.
Let me ask you this, UD.
He got a bad calf. He going to burn out the other calf trying to compensate. He's going to put him in every action.
This is what I'm saying. It's a tough cover regardless, but who would you rather? Kristaps Porzingis or old man Al Horford? I got to go with Kristaps Porzingis.
You're right. But what I'm saying is that I get what you're saying on offense, but on the defensive end, they're going to go at him every time. They're going to have to figure that out.
UD, before we go to break, real quick. Go ahead, Shannon.
I was going to say Al got his work cut out for him because neither one of those guys want to hang out by the three-point line like Miles did.
They got rolling big. You got
Lively in second.
And I love that you brought up Lively because Lively is going to be huge in that series because once he catches 2 or 3 lobs, now the defense starts shrinking in. Now we get no sprays, and now we getting the P.J. Washingtons and the Derrick Jones Jr. involved.
Go ahead.
You know what my grandmother used to say?
Tell me.
Like guys like Derek Lively, a rookie player, he got the old soul, baby.
You do.
Perk, how huge is it having this rest? I mean, obviously, if the Mavs take care of business tonight, having 10 days for these teams to just rest their bodies, or do you feel like it kind of throws you off? It's too much time.
Nah, but it's huge for the Dallas Mavericks because Luka, we have to remember, Luka is busting the Minnesota Timberwolves' ass on one leg. On one leg. So him getting rest is a dangerous thing.